Hello, everyone. Welcome to my yoga class, PJ Yoga with TJ. Oh, anyway, today's class is called Expectancy, and you don't really need any prompts for the class, but if you want to, I listed what you need to bring: a couple of blocks, a strap, a blanket, a bolster. I didn't get my bolster out yet, but I will. And or you don't have to use anything. And remember, if a pose seems too difficult, I will try and show a couple of alternatives that you can do at home. And if none of those work for your body at this particular time, then just do a relaxation pose of some sort or another pose that you're familiar with that you want to do. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start standing up in mountain pose, Tadasana. Just kind of get your mindset that we're on the mat. We're here. Congratulate yourself for making the effort to do a class today. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it's not too much. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's inhale up and pause at the top, doing a little crescent pose. And then just breathe normally when you get up here. Exhale down, inhale up, pause. This is just a good way to get the back stretching, get your focus, and exhale down. One more time, inhale up. That third one, I'm just like, yeah, I'm ready. Oh, that's good. And exhale down, hands to the side. Oh, I can itchy nose. So we're going to do a few warm-ups before we get started on the core of the class, which is a full body stretch and tone. So it's really a good one to do in the morning to get you ready for the day. Let's go ahead and start by just coming up on our toes and then down on our heels. Let's do 10 of these. 2, 3, 4. When you come up on your heels, rock your toes up. 5, 6, wakes the ankles up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And hold it at the top. We're going to do another toe exercise while we're in down dog today that will include raising the toes up. And then lower down, back to your heels, and kind of shake it out. Also, if you have a chair for balance, if you need balance for anything, please hold on to a chair or wall or your couch or something. Now let's go ahead and raise our foot up on our tiptoe, and then we're just circle around the edge of our foot. We'll do 3 in each direction. That was 2, 3. Remember, slow is better. And then reverse that. 1, 2, 3. I like this one. Now to the left side, on your tiptoe, circle along the edge. This really gets into that ankle, warming it up, lubricating, and then reverse. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now let's really press your toes into the mat. It's really important. While we're pressing our toes, let's clench our fist. Clench a good, nice fist. Like you've got something so valuable in your hand, you just can't let go. And you're trying to pry your fingers apart, but you won't let them. Your toes are holding you onto the mat so you don't fall. And then release, spread the fingers, lift the toes and spread. We want to keep our toes flexible. Clench, really press all the toes into the mat, pressing your hands into a tight fist and spread. And then we'll do one more. Clench, make your fist, press your toes as hard as you can into the mat. We're strengthening our toes. No one ever thinks about the toes need exercise too. But if you strengthen them and keep them flexible, you'll have less chance of stumbling and falling. And then release, shake it out. I guess we'll shake our foot out like that, shake our hands out. Let's do a nice inhale up, bend your knees, inhale up, and exhale down. Roll your shoulders back. 2, feels good. Try to work on your posture. 3, standing up nice and straight, heads over shoulders. 4, tummies are in. 5, you're not locking your knees out back. I have a tendency to stand that way. Ah, there we go. Let's scrunch our shoulders up to our ears. Oh, so you have no neck. You can be a no-necker. And release. Really try to push the shoulders down to the feet and up. We're doing exaggerated movements here for warming up. And release. Push, push, push. Pull that Uddiyana Bandha, that's the lower abs, in. Tighten your glutes and relax. Let's do the neck next. So we're going to just look down, like we're trying to put the chin on the chest, but don't put it all the way down there. And then we're just going to move the neck to the right, center, left, center, right, center, left. Kind of pause when you get to the side, center. Last one, right. Really pause here and see what feels tight in your neck, center and left. Definitely this side is tighter for me. And then center, and let's take our hands and find that tight spot and just kind of give that a little gentle massage with your fingertips. It feels good. Maybe roll your neck around as you've got your fingers in right under that skull bone. Feels very nice. I'm going to come down my neck and into my shoulder blades, around the collarbone, and then back up. Oh, let's do this one. I like this one too. Take your hands and place them on your shoulders. We're going to press our elbows up and back, and up and back. And if you have shoulder issues, this is a good one to do. Instead of if we're doing something where we're raising our hands up and down, that keeps the stress out of the shoulder if you are using your elbows for any of these instead of the full hands out. Let's do a little bit of a twist. So as we're twisting, make sure that the foot is coming up onto the toes as you twist side to side. I already feel myself loosening up. I've been cooking today, so I've had several things I made, and standing in the kitchen, feel kind of tight. And then bring that to stillness. And we're going to, this is where you might want to have your chair handy. I've got my sweatshirt for when I go into Shavasana because I always get chilly. And you can either hold on all the way or just try with a fingertip. We're going to lift up the right leg and circle. I try to do it without holding, but it's there in case I need it. And then reverse that. Oh, I need it. And then bring the foot straight out and back, 2, whoops, 3, 4, and 5. And then place that down, kind of shake it out. We're going to go to the left leg. So left knee up at 90 degrees. I'm going to turn this way so you can see from the side, 90 degrees. And we're just circling our foot out and around. 3, 4, 5, and then reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then foot straight out and in. Out, in, 3, in, 4, in, and last one, 5, in. And push your legs down, shake it out. Now we're going to the main core. That concludes our warm-up. We're going to do a we'll come down the yogi way. So let's inhale up, face the short end of your mat, exhale down, bend your knees, walk your hands out onto your knees, and then over into tabletop. We're going to do thread the needle. So for thread the needle, we're going to inhale and exhale, threading the right hand underneath the left as you lay your head down on the mat as far as you can. Yours may not look like mine. And you can stretch the left hand straight out to get a stretch through the underneath part of your arm. Should go right up into the armpit. Or you can leave it bent, just depending. Inhale and exhale up. Go to the other side. Inhale and exhale, thread the needle. Arm straight out. And I like my arm forward. In fact, I kind of try to press my fingertips into the mat because it gets such a good stretch through this whole armpit all the way up and then down to about the elbow. It's hard to stretch that muscle, really. And if you're gripping your fingers, you're also strengthening your fingers and your forearm. I actually feel it all the way up into the bicep when I grip. And then inhale and exhale, coming back up into tabletop. We're going to do a little bit of, it's called a C curve while we're in tabletop. So we're going to take our head and look to the right and push your hips to the right. You're not going to go very far, but it will give you a very nice side stretch. Inhale and exhale through the center and looking to the left, hips to the left. We'll do this 3 times. Inhale, exhale through the center, looking to the right, hips to the right. And I just like to pause and do a couple of breaths, just normal breaths. Inhale. Exhale through the center, looking to the left. Inhale. Center. And we're going to do moving tables. So we're going to lean forward and put some pressure on your fingertips. We're going to sit the hips down towards the left foot. Come back to center, roll the hips to the right, and come up. Do that 3 times. left, to the right, roll up, 2, left, to the right, roll up, 3, reverse, hips to the right, center, left, roll up, squeeze those fingertips, right, left, roll up, last one, hips to the right, center, left, and roll up. And we'll do one more and tabletop. If you need to come up and shake your wrist out for a second, or anytime you need to take a break, maybe you only do 2 of the 3 or 1 of the 3, and that's perfectly fine. If your wrist bother you, or if you have knee troubles, you could put a blanket under your knee and that helps. This one is floating table, and you take your feet flat on the mat. I have had some that can't do it flat, so they curled their toes, and that's fine too. And if your wrists are bothering you a lot, you could come down on your forearms, but we're going to lift the knees up just about 1.5 inches or 2 inches off of the mat and hold it. This really is a good one for the core workout, arm strength, and come down, sit back into hero's pose. If you cannot do hero's pose, just do easy pose, or actually we're going to do a hamstring, not hamstring, we're going to do a thigh stretch in hero's pose, and I'm going to show you an alternative to that. You can lay on your side and pull, take your right hand to your right ankle and just pull your knee back. When we do, it's a modified camel. So for those that can sit in hero's pose, let's get there. If you can't, then lay on your side. You choose your side because you'll do both sides. So, hero's pose. I like to do a little bit of a wrist workout here just to relax those wrists. So go 2 or 3 times in each direction and shake it out. Because we did stand on our, not stand, we did put a lot of pressure on our hands. You can paddle them out, fling them like water's on it. Bring that to stillness. We're going to go into our camel pose, which can be quite a challenge. I've been doing this. This is my 6th day in a row to do this particular position because I did not know how tight that my thighs were. They're super tight. They're loosening up. So you're going to come back on your fingertips if you can. If you can't, then just use your hands. And we're going to just raise our hips up. I guarantee this is a fantastic thigh stretch. And the other ones that are laying on one side, I'll tell you when to turn over. And I may have to come down on my hands because that made my thumb kind of hurt. Go ahead and turn over and do your other side. The ones that are in this position, just come down and sit and then raise back up. It really is tight. But I am getting more stretch than I was when I first started. And then release. Everyone release whatever position you're doing on the side, or if you were in camel pose, modified camel pose. Now we're going to come down and lay on our back into a restorative rest pose, which if you've done my class, you do know that I do this in every class. It's one of my favorite places to start, to end, and just to hang out for a minute, especially after we've done something that's a little bit challenging. And just take a couple of breaths. We're going to inhale the right leg up, hands behind the thigh. Inhale and exhale, pulling the leg in as far as you can. So the knee is coming towards the head. Inhale away. We'll do 3 of these. Exhale, pull the leg in. Inhale away. Exhale, pull the leg in. We're doing a nice full abdominal massage here. And inhale out. Bring the foot up to the ceiling. Flex your foot. Really feel that hamstring. Yours may look more like this or with the knee bent a lot. And if you have a strap handy, you can put that around your foot to hold it up. Just for a nice hamstring stretch. I'm just going to hold it here, and then we're going to point and flex, which is why I didn't want to use my strap. But if you need it, you can. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. That's good. My watch is really loose. Just keep it up there, letting that hamstring stretch. And that's better. And then we're going to bring the knee at a 90 degree. Take your arms out at a T, and we're going to straighten the left leg out and let the leg fall over to the left as you look to the left. Your shoulder will stay on the mat as your head. Your foot may or may not come all the way down. It may be up here. I can rest it up there if I wanted. You go to the best stretch twist. This is a twisting stretch. And we're just going to hold it for a few seconds. On your next inhale, we're going to come back up. Bring the left foot to the mat. And then again, if you want to use your strap, we're going to do half baby pose. So you can put it around your foot and let your foot come over to the right side, your right foot to the right side, or you can take your yogi fingers, hold your big toe, place your elbow on the inside of your leg to give it that pressure, and let the left leg flop over to the left side. Keep both hips on the mat. This is half baby pose. We're really doing a nice inner groin stretch. I like to hold the poses. If you get uncomfortable in a pose, as I put on the description part, always just come out of it, and you can just come back into restorative rest pose. Here would be a good pose to come to. And then we're going to inhale both legs up, place both feet down, stretch both legs out, arms overhead, and take a full body stretch. Oh, that feels so good. My back adjusted. I think this from leaning over the counter and chopping those vegetables. It was tight. And exhale. Inhale both feet out. We're going to repeat that whole sequence on the left side. So we're going to inhale the left leg up. Do a nice inhale. Exhale, pull the knee up as close as you can to your abdominal cavity. Have the thigh touching your abdominal cavity if you can. If you can't, then don't. Inhale and exhale out. Inhale. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. And we'll exhale the foot up to the ceiling. Here comes my yoga buddy. He always wants to be busy when I do yoga. He just saw that he woke up and saw I was on the mat. So you can have your hands behind your calf, up on behind the calf, behind the thigh, on the ankle, wherever you feel puts your hamstring stretch just to the edge, but no further. And we're going to point and flex. And when you flex, it should really tighten the hamstring. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. My ankle feels kind of, I should have done circles on the other one. Let's do a few circles. This ankle feels a little like it needs some extra attention. And now we're going to let this knee come down to 90 degrees. Tee your arms out. Stretch the right leg all the way out long. Inhale and exhale the left leg over the right side of the body. So you're going to real nice twist. This always feels really good to me. I hope it feels good to you. If you can't do this twist, you could just rest the leg on the thigh and just roll it over just a little bit, whatever is in your body. Some people can go all the way over, but the important thing is that you have to keep the shoulder on the mat. Inhale the leg up. Bring both feet onto the mat. And we're going to inhale into our half baby. So using the strap or your yogi fingers, grab a hold of the big toe. Or if you can't reach the toe, you can use your calf. If you have a strap, just use the strap. Coming into half baby pose and letting the right leg fall out to the right. We're just going to hold this stretch about 30 seconds. We're halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs up. For this time, we're going to inhale both the knees up, hold behind your legs, and roll side to side. You're doing a little low back massage. This is a wind blowing pose. So if you're in the comfort of your home, you won't feel embarrassed if that happens. It happens in class sometimes. It's a perfectly normal body function, so you shouldn't be embarrassed. It's better to release the gas than to let it keep holding up and bloating your stomach and hurting. And if you want, you can roll all the way over to the right side, all the way over to the left side, one more time, all the way over, or just keep that small roll. Relax. Straighten both feet out, arms overhead, and do a full body stretch. I'm going to take a moment to get me a drink. If you need to have a drink, I'm getting really dry mouth talking. Let me bring my water in. Should have set my water there. So you should be on your nice long stretch or getting a drink like I did. And we're going to do a opposite hand stretch. Some people call it bird dog. I think that's what I hit next. So we have both hands overhead. And we're going to stretch our left leg to the wall and our right hand to the opposite wall. This is a great way to align the spine. And exhale, inhale, exhale, right foot, left hand, opposite walls, really stretching, breathing normally. Don't hold your breath here. Exhale to center. Inhale, left foot, right hand, stretching. You should feel a real nice lengthening of that spine. And exhale. Inhale, exhale, left hand, right foot. Oh, I'm really stretching that one. On your next exhale, come to center. Oh, that felt good. I'm going to roll up to the center of the mat, facing the long end of the mat. And these are some of the challenge poses that we're going to do. So one is a side lunge, and I'll show you what it is. You are just standing on your knees, I guess that's the best way to put it. And you're going to stretch your right leg out. And it will have your foot facing the long end of the mat too. And then we're going to take the left hand and stretch over for side lunge. So we'll do that on both sides. Then we will straighten the foot pointing to the short end of the mat and stretch the other way, going into gate pose. So that's the next two poses. If those are not in your body, maybe your knees hurt, you can just sit and you can have this knee in or straight out and take the right leg out and do your stretch. Or you can just have both legs out and do these stretches. That would probably be the safest if you have knee issues. So there's a couple of choices. You can do it just one side, as we're doing one side, and then gate pose will be coming this way. Or if it hurts your knees to have it bent that way, have both legs out and just do side stretches. Okay. So here we are, up. Let's get the right leg out. And it's important in this side lunge stretch that you have your toes, they're not completely straight. They're probably at a 45-degree angle. So here we are. We're going to inhale the left arm up and exhale over to the right. This is a very intense stretch. It's a great one for getting ready for the day. Anything you're going to do, you'll have your whole full body stretched and ready to move in whatever direction you're going. Inhale up. Exhale, turning the right foot so that the toes are pointing out. I forgot we're going to do this other one too. This is side lunge. So we're going to lunge over to stretch the groin. And if you're doing it on the floor, just continue with your side lunges, with your side stretches, or you can do a forward fold if you want. And I'm going to take the right hand. I'm going to straighten the left foot into a side lunge. I didn't do that very graceful, but I have some knee issues too. I have to be very careful. And we're just trying to get our torso as flat as we can, arm up straight. And then we're going to lower the knee, stretch out the leg into a nice stretch. Place the right hand on the mat and look up for another side stretch. I'm going to come around, straighten the right leg out, have my left foot behind me, and do gate pose. If you have your blocks handy, I should have mentioned that, you can have your block to rest your right hand on. I'm just going to put one on my waist and do a nice long gate pose, side stretch. And bring your arm up, both knees down, and you can take a break here. I'm going to drink my water. It's important to drink water if you need it. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. I don't think I had anything that salty for lunch. Now we're going to repeat that on the left side. So left leg out at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to stretch the right arm up and over. Should feel really nice. Inhale up. Turn the leg out so that you have a bend in the knee, 90 degrees. I'm going to place my hands down, turn my right knee out so I can come up, or you can stay on your knee to low lunge. The last time I stayed on my knee, this time I'm going to come up to show you another alternative. It's easier on the knee unless you have knee issues. And then my left hand is on the mat, and I'm going to bring my right hand up for a nice side stretch while I'm in low lunge. This is what it looks like if you're on your knee. Exhale the right hand down. We're going to straighten the left knee. Keep the left hand down. You can do spider fingers if you need to. I feel more stable with my flat hand. So this is also another balance pose. We're going to pull in our abdominals. Inhale and exhale the right arm up into a nice side stretch as we're stretching our hamstring. So like I said, this class is called Expectancy. So think about what are you expecting of yourself? What is happening right now? Don't think about anything else except your poses and how you're doing them to the best of your body's ability. Exhale the right hand down. We're going to bend the knee back over the ankle. Swing your left leg back around and come up sitting. And then we're going to lean over this side into gate pose. I'm starting to sweat. These are a little more challenging. We're moving a little faster than I normally do, but they kind of all flow together because you're in the same basic position, just moving different parts of the body. Inhale up. Bring the knee together, and you can sit back in your hero's pose. And just take a nice deep breath, or you can come into easy pose. And I forgot what we did after this. Oh yeah, okay. We're going to do a couple of vinyasas and get in a plank or two. So if you cannot do full plank, there is a half plank where you're on your knees. And if plank isn't in your body at all, just you can come down into a forearm plank or just into an up dog. So those are your choices. So we're going to start in our tabletop. Curl your move your hands up about a hand width up, maybe a hand width and a half up. Dig your fingertips into the mat so that you're taking the pressure off of your wrist. Curl your toes under and raise your hips up into down dog. Paddle your dog out. And this is where I told you we're going to also do some more toe work. We're just going to do 3. So bring that to stillness. And we're going to inhale all the way up on our toes as high as you can, keeping your tailbone pointing to the ceiling and your head between your arms in a relaxed position. Really dig in those fingers, though, to get the weight off of your wrist. Exhale down. Inhale up, number 2. You're going to hold it about 10 seconds or less if you need to come down. Pull in your stomach, tighten your glutes, stretch the tailbone to the ceiling. Exhale down. Inhale up, last time. Just 10 seconds. We're halfway there. 3, 2, 1, and come down. Now we're going to inhale the right leg up, straight up to the ceiling. Flex and point, flex and point, and exhale the right leg up through the middle, and I have to come up onto my knee and bring the right leg up so it is between my hands. And then we're going to exhale it back. Up in the air, bend the knee, inhale the knee to chest. This is a 3-point plank. Exhale up, inhale knee to chest, exhale up, inhale knee to chest, and then bring it back into down dog. Roll over into plank. We're just holding it for a few seconds, just 5 seconds. 2, 1, come all the way down. We're going to take a break before we do the left side. So we're going to go into crocodile pose. So you can take your right hand and place it underneath your forehead, your left hand on top, and then just lay your forehead down onto your hand. While I'm down here, I give my nose a little massage with my thumbs. It feels nice. Especially if you wear glasses. I used to do this more when I wore glasses all the time. Now I just wear them to read. And then we're going to release that and inhale into Sphinx pose. Curl your toes under, bring your hands back underneath your breastbone, and I'm going to come up into half plank, or you can come up into full plank. You come back into child's pose, but take your knees wide if you can. If you cannot, then just go into a regular child's pose. Just going to take a break here. Really take your fingers out as far as you can reach them, and like you're trying to pull yourself on the top of your mat so you can get that stretch through the armpit again. And then just release that. Inhale up into tabletop. Walk your hands hand width and a half up. Curl your toes under and come up into down dog. How are you doing? Let's walk the dog. And then bring that to stillness. And then we're going to do 3 more toe raises. So inhale up. I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds. Whoop, I got to point my tailbone up. I was not in the right position. If you point your tailbone up, you will come into your best down dog and release that. Inhale up. Really dig the toes in, dig the fingertips in. Release. Last time. Kind of lift the toes if you can, and then press them into the mat and lift up. Press your fingertips and release. Inhale the left leg up high. Bend the knee. And inhale knee to chest. Exhale. Inhale knee to chest. Into 3-point plank. Exhale. Inhale knee to chest. Exhale. Leg straight up. Inhale the left foot up to in between for just a nice low lunge stretch. And you can have your knee down if you need to. And then exhale, the left leg back, over into plank. Inhale the knees down. And come up to a seated position. With both knees up, we're going to do a Lord of the Fish pose. So we're going to take our left arm, wrap it around the right knee and twist. Oh, this isn't Lord of the Fishes, I'm sorry. We're just doing a side twist. So my right hand is behind my right side, and I'm just twisting. And then if you want to try this one, it's a binding. You're going to take the right arm onto the inside of the right leg and put it behind you and try and bring your hands together. If you have shoulder issues, just keep your hands on the mat and twist that way. I'm going to get back into my twist, my bind, and hold it. 3, 2, 1, release. I'm going to go to the left side. So I'm going to take my left hand, wrap it around my knee from the inside. You can probably see it better on this side. Take my right hand back, and if you can, bring your fingertips together and you can hold it, or you can just let your shoulder rest. If you have shoulder issues, don't try this bind. Now I can't remember if we did the twist or not. So in case we didn't, we're going to do the twist. So we're going to take our our right hand, wrap it around the left knee, and the left hand goes back behind. I don't think we did this side. And then we're just twisting. If these are not in your body, you can sit in easy pose and just twist like this. Should have showed that first. Sorry about that. Well, that's enough twisting. So let's go back down to the mat. We're going to do a few bridges. So, which should feel really nice on the back after all that work that we just did. We're going to lift up, hold it. Doesn't it just feel like bridge should have come after all of that? It does to me. That's what my body was expecting, was some relief for that back stretching. And you can come down anytime. I'm just holding it here. I'm going to do 30 seconds. And exhale down. Inhale the knees up. Hands behind your back and rock your back side to side. Nice little low back massage. I'm trying to put in some nice, easy movements in between our hard work. And when you finish this yoga session, I hope that you feel like you've had a little bit of a challenge, not too much, but a good stretch, an overall stretch. And then bring that to stillness, and we'll do another bridge. This time we're going to do bridge where we're going to lift one leg up at a time. And I want you to see the position of my leg. It's not up here or down here. My thighs are even, my knees are even. That is the way I want your leg lifted up. If you have a block and maybe you're tiring, or it's just you don't have the leg strength yet for holding bridge that way, you can do a supported bridge pose by placing a block underneath your, the edge comes to the edge of your tailbone, and you can do bridge this way. And to get a little more strength building, you can pretend that you're going to push up, but don't come up off of the block. Just use your muscle to hold it. And that will get you ready and prepared so that at some point you will be able to do one leg standing bridge. Okay, inhale up. and stabilize. I like to have my palms up. And now I'm going to switch my weight more to the left leg and hold it, and then raise this leg. And we're going to hold it 10 seconds, not very long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that down. Exhale down all the way. And then you know what's coming, the left side. So the right leg will be doing all the work. Inhale up. Stabilize. Switch your weight to the right and lift the left. 10 seconds is all I'm asking. Halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down and then all the way down, inch by inch. Should have felt really nice. Let's inhale our legs down. Nice full body stretch. I'm rotating my wrist. We did a lot of wrist work. And then I want you to gather your things for Shavasana. And we're going to go into a nice, relaxing Shavasana. Please don't skip Shavasana, even if you just do 1 or 2 minutes, because Shavasana lets all of the exercises that we have done, the poses, settle and let your body recuperate. Some people don't think that Shavasana is a yoga exercise, but it actually is. I think it's one of the most important, and I just love Shavasana. It's my favorite pose. So I'm going to gather all of my stuff. I'm going to put my sweatshirt on because I feel like it gets chilly when I lay down. And I'll have my eye mask. And if you have a blanket or pillow or your blocks to put underneath your knees, that is safer for your back. If you don't have any of that, I'll show you another way to do Shavasana. Is you come up and you spread your legs as wide as the mat and then let the knees just fall in and rest. That keeps your back, the arch out of your low back. And that's what the bolster does. I like the bolster because then I don't have to do any work of keeping my legs up in the air. I can just relax. I also like legs up the wall, but I don't have a wall right now that I could aim the camera at. And then you just see a blank mat here. And before we go into Shavasana, I'm going to lead you through another belly breath session. I'm really thirsty today. So, I want you to place your right or left hand on your abdominal area and the opposite hand onto your chest. And when you're breathing, you should feel the right hand raise up, but the hand that is on the abdomen will raise up, and the hand that is on the chest should not move at all. Ready? And all inhaling and exhaling is done through the nose. So go ahead and begin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just begin breathing normally. Let your body tell you what you've done today that felt really good for your body, and what you did that maybe was a little bit of a challenge, and what you did that you think maybe you shouldn't do that again. So just let all of it kind of come into place. You relax. Your body's telling you what a great job you did, and what you might want to think about next time of how you could change it to be better. And I will see you back here in about 10 minutes. any last minute long stretches, side stretches, and prepare your body to sit up. When you feel ready, roll over onto your right side and stay in the fetal position for just a few seconds before taking your top arm and pressing yourself up, head coming up last. Thank you so much. And you can sit in easy pose or you can still stay laying down if you want. But thank you for joining my expectancy class. And let's put our hands together and rubbing them briskly, bringing love, joy, peace, and expectancy into our hearts. And bowing, I honor the light in you and ask that you honor the light in others. Namaste. And I think I posted on the website, the expectancy is your attitude toward the present builds your experience of the future. So in doing yoga, just think about as we do our poses, we're building and building and building. That's why I challenged you a little bit in this class today. Hold a positive outlook, even if your poses don't turn out the way you think they should, or you feel that you couldn't do them. You're building. Every day that you do yoga, you're building more strength and more stretching, and you will to do some of the poses that you couldn't do a month ago. It's amazing. Stay miracle-minded and open to surprises. And also think about this in your life. Everything that we do, we learn from, we gather information. It makes us a better person. It makes us do things a little bit different sometimes. And I found this really cool quote. I really like this quote. Life is a series of thousands of tiny miracles. Notice them. So notice whatever miracle that you come in contact with today or tomorrow or this week, and keep that word expectancy in your mind for your affirmation for today or for the week. I've been thinking about it all week before I presented the class. I've been practicing. And I'm amazed at some of the things that's happened this week. So ta-ta for now. Oh, I forgot to draw the next word. We're getting down to the end. I'm going to have to put all the rest of them back in here. And our next word is authenticity. Ta-ta for now. See you next week. Have a great week.